less light, not a lot of light. If it gets a lot of light, it kind of like bursts, and that kind of hurts your eyes after that.
Yeah, we're going to talk more about how our eye protects us from that pretty soon. We'll start a new science unit on that, on light and how our eyes work. Pretty interesting. Okay, in history and literature, it's pretty straightforward for your assignments for today. History, you've got a checkpoint because, which would usually happen on a Friday, but tomorrow you've got a cool weaving project, which I just found out in my 8:30 class, goes along with what you're doing in art. So if you've seen what Mr. Little is doing for art class right now, you can just use that for your history weaving project. It's going to be an optional one because I know not everybody has yarn at home. But if you do have yarn, you can make that for history and art weaving, which the Native Americans did.
So, Miss Ghana, I just wanted to ask, I just have like black yarn, just one bundle. So is it that enough for our assignments?
So that probably will be enough. If you've got other colors, it makes it a little bit more interesting because you can do stripes and patterns. But still, if you do black, it would be good to practice your weaving.
Yeah, like I don't have any other newels, so yeah, we can't.
That's okay. Well, you can use black for now and then maybe ask your parents about eventually getting other colors so that you could do some patterns. Does anybody have that weaving project from art handy? Like, do you have it with you right now? One of my 8:30 students had that. If so, could you grab it and bring to the camera so we can see it? Because that'll be a great example of what we're doing as an optional history assignment for tomorrow. And remember that Friday, there's no school. Also, Monday, there's no school.
Miss Garner, I don't know if did Mr. Little like show us how to do it?
I don't know. I don't have access to the art classes. I just heard this from one of my 8:30 students that he posted a weaving project. And I will post a video tomorrow so that if you didn't see how to do it, you'll learn how to do it in the video tomorrow. And once again, it's optional because not everybody has yarn at home to do this.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna dip paint in the noodles. So
yes, you could definitely do a variation of it, like painting it instead. Okay, boys and girls, we are going to get started on the Pledge of Allegiance and school motto, and then we are going to have a very short spelling review, a spelling class, and we won't do well-ordered language and orthography sort today because I don't have the materials. So you'll just go over it, and then if you've got questions, you can ask me later, okay? Would y'all join me in pledging allegiance to the flag? Let me get the flag up. Or Ahana, I think, has a little flag that she could hold up for us. Do you have your little flag? Oh, nice. Everyone look at Ahana's screen. Actually, Ahana, would you like to lead us in saying the Pledge of Allegiance?
Okay. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic of which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, for liberty and justice for all.
Thank you, Ahana. Could I have another volunteer lead us in saying the honor code? Netra, would you like to do that?
Honor. I will honor those things which are good, true, and beautiful. Respect. I will show respect to others at all times. Service. I will do good things for others without being asked. Excellence. I will strive for excellence in all things. Perseverance. I will fulfill commitments and not give up or act on discouragement.
Thank you, Netra. Would you all join me for a moment of silence now? Okay, well, let's start on some spelling review. We are going to review some words that will be on your mastery test tomorrow. All of the normal Friday things are on Thursday instead because of no school on Friday. I'm also going to do new words on a whiteboard because I don't have my document camera. I found out pretty late last night, along with everybody else, that there was no school tomorrow. So I didn't have time to get any supplies. Okay, well, the first word to review is column. Would you write column and columns? Tricia, do you have a whiteboard? Please write column and columns. Same spelling pattern for these, or very similar to solemn, word from yesterday. Can you all show me a solemn face? Sad or serious, solemn. Oh, what would a solemn column look like? Oh, imagine a little column with a sad face. There's a solemn column. Okay, so column and columns look like this. Next word, please write apparent. Apparent. Good job, Devansh. Did you have a question or comment, by the way, Devansh?
No.
Okay.
I don't remember.
Okay. Here's apparent. Oh, Drisha, nice one. Okay, Drisha, can you check your spelling of column, columns, and apparent? Next up. Okay, Drisha, let me see it one more time. Did you remember the silent n? Oh, you still forgot the silent n in column. Do you see that? Your picture is adorable, though. Next up, we're going to write campaign. Much better. Thank you. Campaign. Oh, Darshika, nice solemn column.
It was being cutted, like the column is falling down.
Oh, of course it's solemn. That would be the worst thing to happen to a column.
Yeah.
That would be the worst thing to happen to a solemn column.
Okay, here is the next one, campaign. Next up, please write cereal, like breakfast cereal. Cereal. Check that your spelling matches mine. Okay, a couple more. Let's do desire and desirable. I think those are the last ones for today. Yes, desire and desirable. Solemn plus column equals what, Ahana? Oh, a broken column. Oh no. Indesirable, good job. We drop the silent final E at the end of that base word, and then we add the able suffix, which has a different silent final E. They look like this. Desire, desirable. Who got all the words right in our review today? Great job. If so, you are prepared for tomorrow's mastery test. We will have one more, we'll have one more review session before taking the test tomorrow. Oh, nice solemn column, Nethra. Oh, such sad eyes. Okay, boys and girls, let's start a new spelling lesson today. Now, you're going to use your same materials. You'll use your binder. And I'm going to write the word on a whiteboard and do markings here because I don't have a document camera. Okay? But you can erase your board and take out your binder. And just like yesterday, we're going to write in print at the top of the page and then in cursive at the bottom. And if there's ever a time where you finish before everybody else, you can just jump to the bottom and already start writing it in cursive. Saisnav, I see your hand up. Did you have a question or comment?
Yeah, in the parent, you only underline the AR. You should you put a thinking cap on the AR phonogram?
That's a great question. I think that I'm pretty sure I would say it's an R controlled vowel. So it's air with A saying its name and then R. But you could say R with the thinking cap. Either one actually would be fine.
Okay, so I can write a thinking cap on the R phonogram.
Yeah, you could put thinking cap on the R pirate phonogram. Okay, boys and girls, our first word today goes with a base word we had yesterday. Tie. Remember tie, like to tie a bow. Now we're going to take that and add a prefix, which is going to mean it's the opposite of tie. Can you think of the opposite of tie, Arima?
Untie?
Yeah, you got it. Untie. Like instead of tie your shoelaces, untie your shoelaces. Untie is the word. Sound it out with me. Untie. 2 syllables. The first one, n, is basic code. And then second syllable, tie. Remember, we're using EI piece of pie, the backwards phonogram. Please write untie. let's put a hand down for now. I want you just focused on the word. Untie. Thumbs up if you finished. Okay, I'll give Nethra a little more time. Untie. Nethra, are you done yet?
Yes,
What was
That was
the rolling sound?
that was my sharpener.
Okay. Okay, boys and girls, let's check our spelling. Untie. There is only one marking in this word. Who can tell me what it is? Krish?
Underline the EIP supply.
Very good. And I should have said only one phonogram is going to be marked, but that one actually has one more marking.
Yeah, you had to put a 2 on it. It's making its second sound. That's what I thought. I thought you only said one marking, so I got confused. Is there no any like 2 about?
Yeah, it's 2 markings, but for one phonogram. That was confusing. Untie is just a verb. Remember that tie can be a noun, like a necktie, or a verb. Untie is just a verb. Next word for today is going to be volunteer. Would you all say volunteer? To volunteer to do something could mean that you are offering, nobody's asking you to do it. You just say, I'll do it. There are people who volunteer to help and do really nice things. And they're called volunteers if it's their choice and they're not going to get paid or anything like that. Darshika?
So like I have heard this word, like my dad says I have volunteered to this competition. So like they like volunteer, but they just do it because they like it, and they my dad like go volunteers and sometimes in some competitions. So that time he says I volunteered in this competition.
What kind of competitions does he do? I'm just curious.
Every year I get like in January I do a competition. I go like I do dance in there. So in that he always volunteers every year. So
To help out like with paperwork or whatever needs to be done. Great,
Yeah,
great example.
Mhm.
So volunteers are not paid, they are just choosing to do it. Sometimes I ask for a volunteer to say a poem or sing a well-ordered language song, right? Which means it's your choice, it's not my choice. Okay, volunteer, let's sound it out. Vol-un-teer, 3 syllables. First syllable is basic code v-a-ul. Second syllable is also basic code a-n. Third syllable t-e-r. 3 sounds. The E sound comes from E-double-E, always says E. Please write volunteer. Okay, who's done with volunteer? Sorry, I'm going over to take attendance for today. We'll hold off on questions and comments right now, just for the sake of time, okay? Volunteer. Check that your spelling matches mine. Only one marking in this word as well. Shatish, do you know what it is? I will volunteer you.
EW always says E.
That's right. Double underline, EW always says E. That's the only marking. This word can be a noun to describe the person who volunteers or the action verb. Like, I volunteer to help you clean your room. Okay, our next word, pull it up, is welfare. Would you say welfare? This word might be new for a lot of you. It means somebody's health and like well-being. Like, oh, I'm concerned about your welfare, meaning I'm concerned about you being happy and healthy. Welfare. It's also used to describe like money that goes to people who are poor and maybe need some money to help their health and well-being. Okay, so welfare is the word. Would you sound it out with me? Welfare, 2 syllables. First syllable, wa-a-l, 3 sounds. Well, on its own would have 2 L's, but when it's a prefix, we just need 1, okay? So just 1 L at the end of well. Next syllable, fair, what sounds do you hear? A, 3 sounds. Fair. A says its name because of a silent final E, job 1. Okay, please pick up your pencil and write welfare. Remember, just 1 L in that first syllable because it's well as a prefix. Thumbs up if you're done. Good. Should look like this. Well, fair. Okay. Would somebody like to go through the markings? The first one is first syllable is basic code. It's only the second syllable that will get markings. Rihanna, can you tell us what markings we need?
Double underline the E, job 1, and then underline the A and the R.
Perfect. Just like this. Welfare is a noun. It's like an idea. Not exactly a thing, a person, or a place, but kind of an idea. Okay, time for our last word. And Darsh, I can't see you. I haven't been able to see you for a while. Can you angle the camera to your face? Thank you. Okay, our last word today is yacht. Would you say yacht? Who knows what a yacht is? Adarsh, what's a yacht?
I think it's a type of boat.
You're right, it is a type of boat. Does somebody want to add on? What kind of boat, or how would you describe it? Tricia?
Basically, a yacht is like a long boat, and then it has like a big sail on top of it, a triangle sail on top of it. And they use yachts in the movie Moana.
Oh, is it in Moana? Cool. A yacht does not necessarily have a sail, but it is a giant boat, really, really big, like a cruise ship kind of. Let me present my screen so you can see a picture of a yacht for those who haven't heard of this before. Yes, Arima?
In Moana, they used ships like the Vikings.
Oh, was it a long ship?
I mean, it's kind of like a canoe-ish
Similar to that?
long ship. Yeah.
Oh, interesting. Okay, so it sounds like it's different than Moana, but a yacht is like a big ship, not as big as a cruise ship, but it's like a big ship that is owned by just a person. Like one person wants to ride around on a yacht, on their yacht. They're usually really fancy, like millionaires have yachts or billionaires. They're very fancy.
Yeah.
So
Could you
it's
show an old
not, it kind of
is
looks like a cruise ship, but a cruise ship is for like hundreds of people to be on. This is more for just a few people, but it's huge.
Wait, is there a pool? I thought I saw a pool.
Yeah, some
Which
of
is
them
more
have
expensive?
pools on them.
Oh my lord.
Yeah, that's
Which is more
why it's
expensive?
only for the millionaires and billionaires to own
Yes.
these yachts.
Yeah.
How many of you have been on a cruise ship before, though? Because a cruise ship is kind of like a yacht. Okay, sweetie, make sure we don't unmute ourselves without permission, though. Okay, boys and girls, we're going to write yacht. This word comes from a Dutch word for a ship. And so there's an unusual spelling to it. There's a silent sh. So this is the way we think to spell it. Y-A-K-T. Yacht. Because that's how it was originally pronounced. Yacht. Can you say it that way? Yacht. It's more fun, but it doesn't sound as fancy. So, the ah is at a ah, and the k is ch-k, sh, and t. Please pick up your pencil to write yacht, but we think to spell yacht. It's almost like you've got something caught in your throat. You're trying to get it out. Yacht. Yacht. Krish?
Wait, what word did he say? Dutch word? Did he say it's from a Dutch word?
Dutch, yes.
What does that mean?
Well, let me double check that that's what it is. That is a country in Europe.
Oh. And also,
It's like the Netherlands. It's pretty close to the Scandinavia countries we learned about with the Vikings.
Oh, and also yacht almost sounds like walk.
It does kind of sound like that.
Walk.
Arima?
The Saxons actually came from the Netherlands.
Oh, very interesting. So, yep, this one. Also, by the way, I'm pulling it up, and originally it was a term for a fast pirate ship. So that's what yacht used to mean. And now it's just a word for a fancy boat for millionaires to hang around. But very interesting, Arima. So the Saxons and like Anglo-Saxon words originally came from the Dutch. Let's check our spelling of yacht. Who got it right? Yeah. Which sound of a is used in the word? Show me with your fingers. Good. Ya, a. What do we do to this? Double underline it. That's right, Arima. Good job, Shatij and Rashi. Double underline, silent. We don't have to put a 2 on it. The reason it is a k sound is because it comes from that Dutch, but we don't have to do anything other than say it's silent. And it's a noun. It's a type of big ship. Okay, at the bottom of your page, you're going to write each word in cursive. Did anybody already do that? Great. You also need to sort these in your orthography notebook later, just writing them for lesson, which lesson are we on? 71. So after class today, find lesson 71 in your orthography notebook and please write the words there, okay? At this time, we're going to just go over some things from your math lesson. Actually, let's take one quick moment. Just open up your orthography notebook and I'll just dictate them to you, okay? And then we'll go over the problems from yesterday's math and then go over the things that you'll have for homework today. And then we're going to finish up class pretty quickly. Although we will still do reading groups for those who usually meet on Wednesdays because we usually we didn't have reading groups last week with math testing, so even with there being a snow day, I want to make sure we do reading groups. Okay, who's got their orthography notebook ready to go? For lesson 71, please write, to begin with, untie. Untie. Krish, I'm going to remove one of you since there's 2. Next, please write volunteer. Yes, Ahana?
I wanted to know, in case the Dutch held the Salem witch trials, and also, did they have Catholic churches and Catholic schools?
Like Catholic?
Yeah.
Good questions. So I don't know. I'm sure they had some Catholic schools and churches.
Where in Catholic schools you're not allowed to talk about Harry Potter because they don't like crafty wizardry, like they don't like it. So that's why they also held the Salem witch trials. That's not nice.
Interesting. I know the Salem witch trials were definitely bad, where they were hurting people because they thought they were witches. And I'm sure, yep, they did have some Catholic schools and churches. Okay, the next 2 words after untie and volunteer are welfare and yacht. Please write welfare and yacht. Once you're done with that, you can put your notebook away. We're not going to sort anything since I don't have my notebook or anything to really guide you. So let's look at your work from yesterday in math. I know I got a question from Rihanna, and as you were turning in your assignments, it looked like quite a few of you were confused, especially by page 199, because those ones where you don't know the number of groups can be pretty tricky. Would somebody like to explain what they did for page 198? And I'm going to present my screen to show somebody's page 198. Krish, how about, or actually, Saisanov, I haven't heard from you yet today. Would you like to explain what you did on page 198?
Yeah, I'll just get my
And
math
also,
notebook.
I want to tell you something, Miss Cook.
Okay, let's wait until after Saisanov's done, okay?
Okay, so
Oh, and
no
actually, Saisanov, this is a good opportunity for me to mention. It looks like you are turning in your assignments in a little bit of a different way. And so it doesn't show up unless I like download the whole document.
Mm-hmm.
Could you go back to turning them in the way you did before?
Which one?
So you're turning it in as a PDF right now, so that I can't see it right here on Bright Thinker.
Mm-hmm.
I have to download it and pull it up separately. Could you upload it the way you used to?
Oh, okay.
Okay, thank you. Go ahead and explain.
I can just show my math notebook.
Yes, that'll work better. Yeah.
It's the story problem for number 38 is Noah swims 80 laps in 5 days. He swims the same number of laps every day. How many laps does he swim in a day? So I did a part whole bar model. And I did 5 groups because that is how much he did in 80 laps. And we have to do 5 divided by 80, and I do times 1 because 5 is the closest number to 8. So then I minus that, which I got 3, and then I bring the 0 down, which made which gave me 30. So we have to find what times 5 equals 30, and 6 times is 5 times 6 equals 30. So we just put a 30 in below because we can we have the that we have that in that 5 times table, and then I got the remainder of 0. And
great job. So
then
16, you can see in his answer sentence, that tells us how many laps Noah swims in 1 day or a day. That was perfect, Saisanov. The bar model looks exactly right. Good answer sentence, good work.
I just forgot one thing, just for I just in the question mark I forgot to put the answer.
Oh yes, you're right. Next to the question mark, that is one extra thing to do. You can add that to your workbook, but you wouldn't lose points for it.
Okay.
Okay, how about you tell us what you did for part 2 as well?
Okay, so the B question is, how many laps does he swim in 4 days? So I drew a whole bar model and put 4 group units, and then I put the question mark on the top, and then each unit gets 16 because that's how much he swims in for
each of the days.
Yeah, and then we do 16 times 4, which equals 64. So he has 64. He does 64 laps in 4 days.
Excellent. Thank you so much for that, Saisanov. Does that one make sense to everybody? I know a lot of you got the right answers for that one. Some people were a little confused about maybe how to draw the bar model, but it should be 64 for 4 days. Okay, now let's move on to page 199. And there were some people who were kind of confused about it, but it looks like a lot of you were excited and did the right thing. Let's see, maybe from Sai. Oh, actually, yeah, let's hear from Sai. We haven't heard from him today.
Okay. Joe's has 80 stickers. He puts 4 stickers on each bookmark. He gives all his bookmarks away to his friends. Each friend receives 2 bookmarks. How many bookmarks does he put stickers on? So the answer sentence is Joe puts stickers on blank bookmarks. So I divided 88 divided by 4, and then I got the answer of 22. So I drew a whole bar model. At the top I put 88, and then for one part I put 22. So for the answer sentence I put Joe puts stickers on 22 bookmarks.
Good. Okay, so Sai, this is the correct answer, but the bar model is not quite right. So excellent job. If this was on the test, you would get 3 out of 4 points because you did very, very well. The only difference is that it's not 4 groups. Each bookmark has 4 stickers. So yeah, let's take a look at, Sai Sanav and Kshitij. So Sai, we are not going to have ones like this on the test. I know these are confusing. When we know how many is in each group, we just don't know how many groups. But I just want to walk through what to do for it. Let me pull up Kshitij. Oh, sorry. Kshitij. Okay, I can see Kshitij did the right kind of one where we know how many is in each group, we just don't know how many. Kshitij, could you unmute yourself to explain that one?
So I just forgot to write my answer sentence in this one.
Oh, and it looks like Kshitij, you also are doing it as a PDF. Do you think you could, in the future, upload it the old way?
I always used to do the PDF.
Me too.
There's something different about it because look at this. I can't look at it. I'll just have you hold it up to the camera, but in the future, try to do it as a JPEG or ask your parents about uploading it so that I can see it right on the screen, if you could, okay?
Okay, I never. My dad said fast camera will be good, so yeah.
Okay. Excellent job, Kshitij. Okay, so everybody look at Kshitij's bar model. Notice it's just a little different, but each group has 4, but we don't know how many there are. Now, he'll get exactly the same answer as Sai, because with division, we can divide either by the number of groups, or we can divide by how many is in each group. Now, the next part of it is going to have the same type of problem. Can you scroll down, Kshitij? Excellent. So for how many friends he has, it's another one of those where each friend has 2, because one friend is one little group. We just don't know how many friends there are. Kshitij, what was your final answer?
My final answer was 11.
Excellent. Who got the same thing? Very good. So 11. And even if your bar model looks a little different, you should be able to get that same answer. Any questions or comments about this? It looks like Chris, you do. Great job on that, Kshitij.
Well, I got a question. I didn't. In question B, like in number 30, question number 38. Well, I understood it, but there's actually 2 ways to do this bar model.
Yeah, we could have did 80 minus 16, and then that also give the answer.
Let me take a look at it.
You could do 80 minus 16, that gives the answer of 64.
Miss Ghana, like
For the 198. Yes, you're exactly right. You could just subtract from the 5 days, one of the days. That's a really good point. That's another excellent way to do part B. Yes, Trishika?
So, Miss Ghana, what if we did long bar? I did a long bar model for the 199 questions. So, do we get points off for that?
No, yesterday's was just practice. So you'll get full credit And also on the test tomorrow, you're not going to have any like that. Those ones are a little bit tricky. So it's still good to do them for practice, but you're not going to get ones like that for a test. Maybe when you're 4th or 5th graders, you will. And if at that point, you would probably get partial credit off, like 3 out of 4 points you would get, but just that 4th one would be wrong.
Like how we do it, like if we got a comparison of a part whole.
Exactly, like if you did comparison instead of part whole.
Okay, so I was confused because this question gave me a headache, seriously, because it was very confusing. So after that, I asked help, but I didn't still know how to draw the bar model, but I think I learned how to draw a bar model now.
Good. I'm glad it's getting a little better. Everyone look at Arjun's screen. He's showing his work, which is probably what you did, Darshika. Can you hold that up one more time, Arjun?
So I did it like this too.
Yep. I saw a lot of people did it that way. And for your grade, I'm going to give you full credit. It's just good practice. But now you can see, like, in the future, that like for each group, it equals a certain thing. We don't know how many groups there are. And drawing the right type of picture just helps us to understand the information better.
Yeah, now I understand.
Okay, good.
The comment was like in the first one, we don't know how many groups because we know that we have 4 stickers, but we don't know how much bookmarks. The bookmarks are the groups. So if we find that, that's the group. And then in the next one, if we said it like 2 friends receive blank bookmarks, then we should have separated it into 2 parts because there are 2 friends, and then we have to find how much each friends give. So if it doesn't tell that, we had to like put it like we have to find our own group. Like you have to find the group.
Yes, good job. So, here's what Krish is talking about. Here's his work, and he did do that correctly with knowing how much each group is. He just doesn't know how many groups. So yeah, I think it's helpful to like really think about what's happening in this story. And it might take some time to read it several times. Even for me, sometimes I have to read it a few times before I really understand what's happening. But there's stickers, and the stickers are on a bookmark. So one sticker is not going to be a group with lots of bookmarks. A bookmark is a group with lots of stickers. Okay, and then we would know for the next part about how many friends he has. It's not that 2 bookmarks have a group of some friends. Each bookmark has a whole group of friends. No, instead, each friend has some bookmarks. Does that make sense?
If they put it like, yeah, that makes sense. And also, if they put it like this, if they put 2 friends receive blank bookmarks, then we should have separated into 2 parts. If it says 2 friends receive blank bookmarks,
yes,
then
you're
we have
exactly
to
right. Yep, if it was 2 friends, then each of those friends would be one of the groups. But instead, we don't know how many friends there are, so we don't know the number of groups. That's a tricky one. You'll get full credit for doing your best on that one if you still did a bar model. Rihanna, I need you to still draw bar models for yours, though, because you won't get full credit if you only solve it. I do want you to draw a bar model, okay?
Okay.
And you can re-upload that one. Okay, boys and girls, for today's work, you've got some extra practice, extra bar model practice. These should be much simpler. There's one, I used all of your names for these. Tig has 6 times as many trading cards as Kruthi. If Kruthi has 5 trading cards, how many does Tig have? Let me present this actually so you can follow along. Some of you probably have finished this already. How many of you finished it already? Good, should be pretty quick. Times as many, those are keywords to tell you what kind of bar model that is. Is that going to be comparison or part whole? times as many? Comparison. That's right, where 2 are. I love that Arima's kind of doing the like this. Compare rather than this. This would be purple. Devansh shares 27 trading cards equally among 9 friends. So, how many cards does each friend receive? It's going to be just a part whole, 27 cards between 9 friends. You should have 9 little groups there. Then Rihanna has 4 times as many books as Darshika. They have 45 books in all. So how many books does Darshika have? Remember doing one like this yesterday in our review? So we're going to compare Rihanna and Darshika. Rihanna has 4, Darshika has 1. And then there's 45 altogether. So once you're done with that, click done. You do not need to upload a picture for this one. Okay? Well, boys and girls, that's all for class today. We're going to end a little bit early, and then just my reading group is going to stay with me. I hope you all have a wonderful day and stay nice and warm inside and enjoy this kind of halfway snow day. Arima, did you have a question before we go?
We're ending class 1 hour late.
1 hour early.
I mean, early?
Mm-hmm.
Miss Garner?
Tomorrow there's school, right?
Victory!
Yes, tomorrow there is school. It's just Friday that there's no school. And then Monday of next week.
Monday there may be snow. It says it on Google.
Garner?
Oh, maybe we'll have to snow.
Wait, that means that we have school on Saturday and Sunday? But our school's a charter
Boys and
school.
girls, you can't unmute yourself without permission. Okay, boys and girls, you have school tomorrow, but there's no school on Friday. We're ending class early, so just my reading group is going to stay with me. Everybody else, I'll see you later. See you tomorrow.
Bye.
Bye.
See you tomorrow.
Goodbye. Really glad this is Wednesday.
Bye.
Because I have Nancy class today.
Everybody, bye. I'm going to be reading. Miss
Yes,
Gunn.
I need Darshika, Rashi, and Krish, and Drishya to stay. And
I'm
Tyson, right?
leaving. I'm leaving.
You're leaving?
Bye.
He is not.
I just closed my video.
He's just off his video.
Miss Garner, I read 300 books and 53.2 hours. And
That is
I have
so impressive.
9 videos.
Wow. What has been your favorite book so far?
So far, I have seen something called Little Legends. Little Legends, so it's a fairy tale, but it's like action, everything, and it's very. I read it after our first math test, and I read the whole series.
So that's your favorite so far?
Yeah, that was the favorite.
Miss Garner?
So I have a question.
Yes,
I have a
Krish?
question before we start. In the math, when you said that thing, you did it last time, you can do 45 divided by 4.